I've said it before, but I didn't feel comfortable in my own skin until I was at least 55. And from that time, I kind of think I've worked out some of the things that are important, not only in my life, but in your life too. And what I want to do in this video is share some of those things in the hope that they'll help you as you walk along in your journey of life. First of all of those things should be balance. A balance between work and personal life. Because for so long, all I did as an adult was push, trying to reach the next goal. So much so that I kind of left my personal life behind, which was a bad thing to do considering I was married. We'd got to the position where I was working hard day in, day out, and it was always looking for that next goal, looking for the next thing to do. As I grew older and I had my two children, one of the things that struck me was that my Henry, my youngest one, after I'd lost my business, I was hunting around trying to earn a living and get some money in. And for the first year that he was born, I very rarely saw him awake. And it came to mind how important that is when I hear the Harry Chapin song, Cats in the Cradle. Because when he was young and I was busy working all the time and I didn't have that balance, I hardly ever saw him. And as he was growing up, I was pushing and working. And once again, the same thing happened. Now, I'm older, he's younger, and we don't see very much of each other because he's always working. And it's really important, you know, that balance between your personal life and your working life. Priorities is next. What's important to you? What's important to you now? And we make this mistake that what's really important, the going to work, the building a career and all that type of thing. But at the end of the day, you know, it's not the be all and the end all. I didn't realise that when I was pushing, that I wasn't really paying attention to what should have been important in my life. And it wasn't until I was 56 and developed kidney cancer and didn't realise that I might not have long left that I started to think about what my priorities should have been. And yeah, it's good to be working and it's good to push for the things that you want out of life, to have the nice things, to go to the nice holidays and all of that. But you know, I found for me, they weren't the priorities. The what's important nows, when I was really ill, the what's important now was how many more times will I see my children? How much longer have I got left? What about Debs? What's going to happen if anything happens to me? Those are the priorities. When it all boils down to it, they were the priorities for me. Next up, ethics. Doing what's right. There are times in our life when we know what's right and we sometimes go the other way. And I'm not talking about doing criminal stuff. I'm talking about knowing what's right for you and doing the things that you don't want to do. Have there been times in your life when you've had someone guilt trip you into doing something you didn't want to do? When instead of just saying no, you went that way and did what they wanted? I've done it too many times. And it took me so long to realise why I was doing it. I wanted to be liked. And I think that's a thing for all of us. We all want to be liked. We all want to be accepted. But you have to be accepted for who you really are. And your ethics and your morals are those things that are real important, you know. It's those things that help you lay your head on the pillow of a night time and go to sleep knowing that you've done the best that you can do and you haven't done anything to take someone on, to take advantage of anybody, to do what was right for you and not what was right for someone else. It's really important, you know. Perspective. Now that's a real important one, because through my life I've made more mistakes than you can shake a stick at. And all of those things that I've made mistakes at have been failures in a way. But you see, what you have to do is look at it from a different perspective, because for so many years, all I did was beat myself up. I'm sure you've done that too. Or you've said to yourself that I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy of this. Man, I never do anything right. I did that all so many times. And the thing is, you can look back on something that happened years and years ago. And if you look at it in the right perspective and you look at it in the right way, you can see how that thing that happened way back when helped you not to make that mistake again further along the road. I get accused of it being a cliche, and I stick by this. All of your failures are stepping stones to your future and to getting things right. And when you look at things from the right perspective, that's exactly when it's working properly for you. Because if you look at things and you see the errors that you made and you work out to yourself, you know what, if I had done this, I could have done that. And you've worked out what your mistake was by the mistake that you made. And that helps you. As long as you're thinking right. Because if you're thinking wrong, and I did this for a long time, I blamed somebody else for the mistakes that happened in my life. I blamed somebody else for me losing my business. And although they did the things that helped me to lose it, my blaming them didn't help me. It made me a victim. But once you get your head right and you start to think things in the right perspective, everything sort of drops into place and helps you as you move on. One of the things that I've learned later in my life that I wish I'd have learned earlier was gratitude. Because you see, it took me until I was ill to understand how lucky I was to still be here. I'm 65 now. I have seen far too many of my friends, older and younger, not make it to 65. I've had friends die at 36. I've had friends die in their 40s, in their 50s. I had one die at 19. You've got to be grateful for the life that you have, that the life you've been given. And if you think it's a bit of a grind, you're not looking at it from the right perspective. Because every day little things happen that, if you're grateful for them, makes your world a better place. Because if you wait for the big things, my God, you're going to wait for a long time. But each day, small things happen. We had our grandkids around this week, and seeing them smile and having one of them come up and give me a cuddle and say, "Grandad, I love you." Man, you've got to be grateful for that. It could be that you're walking through a street and you see someone looking a bit miserable, and you just say hello to them and you give them a smile and you get a smile back. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for so many things these days. I had the day off yesterday and spent the day playing my old LPs, you know, the ones up there, and watching a few rom-com films that made me smile of an evening. And I'm grateful that I had the day off yesterday. What's it for you? What are the small things that happen to you on a daily basis that brings you a bit of a smile on your face and a bit of warmth into your heart? Let me know down below. Put them down, make a comment. Just share with us the small things of your life that you're grateful for. And the other thing you got to do is embrace change. We all want our life to be straightforward, to be easy, to carry on so that we feel comfortable. But life isn't like that. We're in a constant change, a constant flux, where we have different things to do. We have different phases. As a kid, I liked to play with toys. As a teen, I liked to play sport. And then I got married. And then I got my business going. And when I lost a business, and we had to start doing other things. There are lots of different phases of our lives. We all go through them, but you've got to embrace the change. Because with change, there is always a level of moving outside of your comfort zone, if you like. Of taking that tentative step into an area that you're just a little bit worried about. But do you know what? Every single time you do that and you expand your comfort zone, Embracing the changes and enjoying each phase is easier. Like I said, I battled against it. I waited till I was 55 before I got it, and before I started to feel comfortable in my skin. And each one of those changing times in my life I struggled with. But if you embrace that change, if you embrace the changes in your life and you valiantly step forward, if you like, I'm not talking about going into a battle, but you know what I mean. Taking on the challenges of our life with a bit of enthusiasm, with a bit of gusto. That's what helps us so much. And finally, is do it now. And the reason I say do it now is because yesterday has gone. Anything you feel regretful for about the time is gone. The things that you didn't do, they're gone. You can't do anything about them. And looking back on your past isn't going to help you. On the other extreme, looking forward, yeah, you can plan, but tomorrow's not here yet. You can't do anything about it. All you have is today. Today's the important day. Today's the day where the things that are important in your life need to be done. It may be you want to go and see your kids, and so you go out and do it. It may be that you fancy going to somewhere that you've never been before to look at something you've never done. Something that's 50 miles away perhaps. Well, get in your car, go. Today is the only day. I talk to you about this at a moment in my life when I'm going through health problems again, where I'm being sent for scans on my one and only kidney that I have left. I'm telling you, it brings it into pinpoint focus. Whatever it is that you want to do with your life, do it today. I'm not talking about a big harebrained plan that's going to be miles down the road, but you can take one step towards it. And then when tomorrow is today, you can take another step towards it. Today is the most important day. These 24 hours that we're given, what you do with it is up to you. But I can promise you this, with 65 years of knowledge, I can tell you this, I've wasted so many of today's. And every day you waste is a day that's gone. For me, every day is precious. It has been since I had kidney cancer back in 2016. Whatever I'm going through now, I'll face whatever it is, and we'll sort it out. If we don't, well then I may be at the end of my run somewhere down the line. But till then, today is real important. I'm not giving up, and why would you want to? This is your life. You get one shot at it. So if there's anything important in your life that you want to do, if there's anything important in your life you want to say, do it today. Do it today so you can be grateful for the day that you've had. You can look forward to tomorrow with joy in your heart. And any problems that are coming along today, don't worry, they'll sort themselves out. You have the strength, you have the resilience to do that. And so those are the things that I have found have brought some balance into my life and made it important and made my life one in which I think I've had some value. And I'd like to carry on having some value. And if you look over there, I'm going to let YouTube pick a video that they think is right for you right now. I'll see you next time.